Alright, gonna make a walk around video of my 1952 Chevy 3100. Pictures are only pictures. I feel like there's a lot of folks out there posting deceptive pictures of their rides, and nothing speaks better for a car than a nice walk around video. This truck is exactly what it's photoed as. It is a high quality build, not some chop shop, you know, throw some body panels on here and call it a truck ride. This was quite a large undertaking to do. I picked up the truck. I'm a builder, a classic car collector. I usually build them, drive them for a little bit, and send them down the road. So a little background on the truck. It was previously owned by a mechanic, an old hot rod mechanic, and he had done the S10 frame conversion and overbuilt this tenfold. All the running board mounts are 1-inch tubular steel with flanges. The bed is all 3/16 steel. Everything's gusseted. Everything's tapped and drilled into the chassis. Trying to think. It's so far beyond what a lot of these folks are putting on S10 chassis. The benefit of the S10 chassis gives you the easy power brakes, power steering, independent front suspension. It's a much better setup, obviously, than the classic 3100 chassis. You just have to make sure it's done correctly. And this is a fine example of one that's been done correctly. So anyways, it was a shop truck that he had driven around, built himself, and it was all pretty much original paint with a little bit of blue on it. It was a teal with some blue. That's how I picked it up. And I got to looking around, and it was, it was all original steel. Every panel had the original paint on it. There's no rust in the doors. Typically these are all rusted out. It is just all original steel. The only pieces that I had to replace were the back fenders, because the other ones, which are up in my pile there, were just a little dented up, and they didn't fit the look of the truck. I felt they were too dented up, so I bought new rear fenders and a new tailgate. So, oh, and the bed filler strips right here. These are new as well. Other than that, every body panel on this truck is original to 1952 and was original to this truck. The grill is new. The bumpers are new and custom mounted. Obviously, it's an S10 chassis. I decided to suck the front bumper in. Normally, you would have had a splash pan down there. I decided to bring the bumper as close as I could to the body and grill. A little bit cleaner look. Headlights are new. Those headlights I got with the built-in turn signals, the LED turn signals on the bottom. Normally your turn signals would have been in the grill. I wanted to clean up the front, so those are both brand new. Have the eyelids on it to kind of match the Fulton style visor. I brushed, this is all brushed metal. I hand stripped the entire truck. No sandblasting, it was all hand stripped. And then I brushed it with a brushing machine from Eastwood, and then 3 coats of clear. It's a special type of bare metal clear that was applied. It was KBS's diamond coat, diamond clear. It's for bare metal. DuPont makes a bare metal clear, but you can't just put a regular clear on metal. It doesn't properly seal metal. So a lot of folks, if they do a bare metal truck, they just throw automotive clear on it. Well, it's gonna rust in 2 to 3 years. Not the case in this one. Anyways, I brushed the strip here vertically to kind of accent it. It's satin black on the bottom. I did that because you wouldn't want sun to come down, up, and then in your eyes. So satin black on the bottom there. New door handles. Let's see here. New rear bumper. That was all custom mounted. That is further up than what would have been from the factory. Normally the factory would have been way down and out, so I sucked it up more towards the body. Did a nice little exhaust on the side there. It peaks out just underneath. Looks really clean and nice. The tail lights are hidden into the end of the bed here. Those are bright LED tail lights. You won't miss them. They're They are fully legal and they are bright. The bed is a walnut bed I did with bare metal strips. So I wanted them to contrast the high gloss of the bed. So I painted those in a satin clear. I left a little bit of dark mill scale on them because I wanted them darker, not a bright steel. Turned out really nicely. Let's see here, the fuel door is right here. That just pops right open like that. And there's your fuel door. It's a capless fuel vent, so you just stick the nozzle in and fill it. Pretty nice little setup. Let's see here, let's go to the inside. Here is the one-of-a-kind custom interior that I paid a lot of money to have done. Kind of wanted an old school yet modern look. Really liked the riveting here, and had the custom headliner. Not really popping up in the video, but that turned out really nice. So let's see if I can brighten it up. Not really. Dash is all satin black. The gauges are custom mounted. They are recessed into the dash. So that is, you probably won't see that on any other truck. They're custom mounted back into the dash. Triple gauge setup here. Got your speedo and then your fuel gauge down here. The radio is in the glove box, as is the heater. Oh, I had a custom handle built for the pop-up here. Let's see here if I can get it. So the cowl vent here is on a couple different settings, and then it locks into place. Let's see, I'll show you the heater. So this is a little bit tricky to open sometimes. So you have your radio in here. The video cut out for a second. That is changing to a newer stereo. It's just one that I had hooked up. So if you want one with Bluetooth or a nice, MP3 one, I'd be happy to do that. I also put the heater control knob in here as well. So it is right here. Sorry for the lighting. So the heater is all hooked up. Has 3 speeds. Low is the defrost. Speakers are behind the grill here to the Chevrolet. So if I can turn up the volume, I think you could probably hear it. Did you really think it could? So that's all hooked up. Everything works great. The wipers work as they should. Knob's just right here for the wipers. Oh, let's show the headlights here. Has an electric fuel pump, so if you hear a slight hum, that's because the electric fuel pump turned on. These are the headlights. Those are the ambers that are the turn signals that are built in. If you just run it with your running lights, then you just have your ambers that stay on. Let me show you the tail lights. So like I said, they are extremely bright. You will not be missed, I promise. This is a first-gen Camaro steering wheel with the RS emblem. It's quite a valuable steering wheel. The RS does not stand for Rally Sport, it stands for Raw Steel. As you know, it's a tilt steering wheel. Both horns, like from the Camaro factory, work exactly like they should. It's a nice thin steering wheel too. I don't like those big hefty suckers. doors close very nicely. I'm telling you, this truck is a cut above the rest of these pickups that are selling for 40 grand out there. It blows my mind what people are paying for what I consider to be garbage. So here's an actual quality build that you get the chance to buy. Let's pop the hood here. Here's the engine bay. This again was all taken down to steel, except for the underside of the hood. Hard to see, but it's all satin black, professionally sprayed. Since I took everything down by hand, it would have been a major pain to get in there and take it all down to metal. So I took it down the best I could and then sprayed it with a satin black. Turned out really nice. So back to the engine bay. Here's your custom bent heater lines. Had to buy a custom bender for those because they're 5/8 inch aluminum pipe with the soft braided at the end. You want a little bit of flex in your heater lines if they are hard lines. Aluminum radiator, stainless custom bent upper radiator hose, Chevrolet cast aluminum valve covers, slick fit headers. They're raw steel that I coated in a high temp clear. You have your CPP power brake conversion kit, your overflow tank, your spun aluminum power steering reservoir. This one obviously goes to the power steering. This one is your return line. That's your inlet. This is your return. The cleanest way to do it was to run it on the inner fender and down back around. The inner fenders are all custom fabricated steel. They have louvers down at the bottom to let the exhaust heat out, so it stays pretty cool in the engine bay. You have your chrome alternator, your custom fabricated stainless air cleaner, Holley 700 carburetor. You have an electric fuel pump, a fuel pressure regulator. You have an Edelbrock all aluminum high flow water pump. Those $250. Those are not cheap. The electric fan on the aluminum radiator is on the front side. I didn't want it in the engine bay because I'm going for the all steel look. So it's a pusher fan on the front side of the radiator. Trying to think here of anything else that somebody might want to know about it. The entire underside of the vehicle is coated in Corosil, which is a rust preventative black, and it will last the lifetime of the vehicle. It is extremely solid under there. It is rust free, and you don't have to worry about anything. So let's see, it has a 700 R4 automatic overdrive transmission, fully built to 400 horsepower by Drivetrain Specialties. The engine pushes just over 3, transmission's rated at 4. I figure it's good. Custom drive shaft, custom transmission mount, obviously. The rear end, again, not your regular S10 build. Most of those S10 builds are just the factory S10 rear end. This is a built Ford 8-inch rear end. Has the axle flip kit in the rear. Has lowering springs with drop spindles in the front. So it does coil springs and shocks up front. Leaf axle flip kit in the rear. Trying to think of anything else. Custom shortened mirror. That's a factory mirror. Normally the mirror's stuck out about another 4 inches. So took the mirror, kind of cut about 4 inches out of it and welded it back together and painted it in a nice little black. Looks pretty good. Has a remote transmission cooler underneath. Go to the passenger side door here and close that for you. Like I said, it's a high quality build. Rally wheels, disc brakes up front. I think that's about it. Let's see here. See if I can give it a start maybe. Runs great. Absolutely no issues. And it is a fast truck. It scoots. I mean, these do not weigh a lot. This is under 3,000 pounds and 300 horsepower, so. That was just a light rev. That was truly a cold start, so I didn't want to take it really past 3,000 RPMs. Runs and drives great. Has a front sway bar. It is extremely tight. There are no leaks. There are no squeaks. The suspension handles on rails. Like I said, it has the Bell-Tec kit in the back, Bell-Tec kit in the front sway bar. Heavy duty springs up front. So there you go. If you have any questions, just let me know. If you need some more pictures, let me know. Hood closes nicely. I mean, it is the ultimate truck. This truck in 10 years will be just as valuable as it is now, unlike some of these other spur of the moment. I mean, I'm gonna, patina the truck and put 20s on it and drop it to the ground. What are those worth in 5-6 years when that style is no longer popular? So there you go. I can get this shipped to your doorstep. I have a couple fleet accounts. I get shipping much cheaper than you. Just give me a zip code. I can give you a quote. Typically, enclosed shipping is about $400 or $500 more than open transport. I would highly suggest enclosed transport. I probably wouldn't even entertain shipping this open. Clean title in hand. That'll be mailed to you prior to you receiving the vehicle. You will have that in hand before the truck would even arrive. And then you get the truck, then you go have some fun with it. I can be reached at 503-476-5210. If you have any questions, let me know, and we'll see what we can do. Thanks.